Hello students, welcome to the second lecture on the lecture series on simple interest. Okay, so in the previous lecture what we have covered is we have covered all the type of basic concepts that are involved in this topic, and we have also studied some types of problems that are usually being asked in various competitive exams. So in this lecture what we will be doing is we will be doing some application on those concepts and those type of problems. That is, we will be covering some exercise problems. Okay, so this will be exercise problem lecture. So let's go forward and start this lecture. So this is the second lecture and we will be doing some exercise problems. So let's see problem number 1. So find the simple interest on a loan of 1000. Okay. So the principal amount is 1000, right? So at an interest rate of 5% per year for 2 years. Okay. So the given time period is equal to 2 years and the interest rate that is required is 5%. Okay. So what we can do, we already know the formula for simple interest, that is equal to P into R into T by 100, right? When the R is in percentage, not in decimal form. Okay, so it is 5, right? So it will be, so this implies that this is equal to 1000 into 5 into 2 by 100, right? So we can cancel out 2 zeros out from here. So what we are left with is 10 into 10 is equal to 100. So 100 must be the simple interest. Okay, so principal is 1000. Okay, this is 1000. So rate is what, 5% or 0.05, but we want it in what, percentage, okay, form, not in decimal form. Okay, so if we convert this to decimal form, what will be our formula? It will be simple interest is equal to P into R into T. Okay, if it is in decimal form, then okay, so time is given us as 2 years. So let's use the formula PRT. Here they have taken R is equal to in decimal form, that is why they have taken it in this form. So 1000 into 0.05 into 2 is equal to what, 100. So 100 is the correct answer. So we have also evaluated 100. So this is the correct answer. Okay, this is via method 1 and the second was it via method, that is converting the rate to decimal and then using this formula. Okay, so the two formula are something like this. When rate is in but percentage form, it is this formula is used. Okay, when R is in percentage form and SI is equal to PRT when R is in decimal form. Okay, so let's see problem number 2. So calculate the simple interest on principal amount of 2500 at an interest rate of 8% per year for 3 years. Okay, so for 3 years at an interest rate of 8%, we have the principal amount as 2500. Okay, so how to calculate the simple interest? We already know the formula, that is SI is equal to PRT by 100, right? When rate is in, while rate is in percentage form. So in this case, it is what is the principal amount? 2500. Okay, into 8 into 3. Time period is 3. That is in also in years. So it is by 100. So we can cancel out 2 zeros out from here. So doing this, what we are left with is 600. Okay, as 25 into 8 is equal to 200 into 3 is equal to 600. So 600 is the correct answer. So let's solve it using the second method, that is SI is equal to PRT. So when this formula is applicable, when it is in decimal form. This is equal to P is equal to 2500 into R is equal to what, 0.08, right, percent, and for 3 years, so T is equal to 3. So this is equal to, so this is also equal to 600, right, because this is equal to what, 7500. So its 1% is equal to what? So this. So 7500 into 0.08 is equal to 600. So 600 will be the correct answer. Okay. So let's see the step-by-step solution. So identifying the given values, that is the principal amount is 2500, rate is equal to 8%. So in decimal form it is 0.08 decimal form. Okay. The time is actually 3 years here. So using the formula for simple interest, that is equal to SI is equal to P into R into T. So calculating the simple interest, 2500 into 0.08 into 3 is equal to 600. So the simple interest will be what? 600. Okay. So let's see problem number 3. So a person borrows 8,000 from a bank at a simple interest of 6% per year. Okay. So SI is equal to, so this is the principal amount. So 8,000 into 6 into, so if the amount is repaid after 5 years, okay, then find the total amount including the interest. Okay. So given that the total amount was actually repaid in 5 years, so time was 5 by 100, right? So let's cancel out 0 from here. So 80 into 6 into 5, so that is equal to 30. So is equal to 2400. This is the amount of simple interest that needs to be paid. So identifying the given values, what we are left with is principal is equal to 8,000, rate is equal to 6%, and in decimal form it is 0.06. So time is equal to 5 years. So using the formula SI is equal to PRT, what we are left with is calculate the simple interest. So 8,000 into 0.06 into 5 is equal to 2400. So calculating the total amount will be principal plus simple interest. Okay. So the simple interest is 2400, but the total amount will be plus 8,000, right? So 2400 plus 8,000. So the correct answer is 10,400. Okay. This is the correct answer. So let's see problem number 4. So it tells us that Sonali borrowed 15,000 from a bank at an annual simple interest rate of 8.5%, right? So the principal amount is equal to 15,000, right? And at an annual simple interest of R is equal to 8.5%. So she repaid the loan in 2 years. Okay. Then how much interest did she pay in total? Okay. So SI is equal to, what? Principal is equal to 15,000 in this case. So PRT by 100. We will use this formula, right? So 15,000 into R is equal to 8.5 into, so 2 years, right? So 2 by 100. So this is equal to, let's cancel out 2 zeros out from here. So it is 15 into 85 into 2. Okay. So it is equal to 30 into 85. Okay. 30 into 80 is equal to 2400 plus 5 into 30 is equal to 150. 150 is equal to 2550. So this much amount of interest you will pay. So in total, so kind of, so here it is done in, this is by method 1, right? And we can also solve this by method 2. That is SI is equal to PRT, right? But R is in decimal form. So this is equal to, principal is equal to 15,000, right? So into R is equal to 8.5. So in decimal form it is 0.085. Okay. Into T is equal to 2. So this is equal to nothing but 25. Okay. So the correct answer will be 2550. So here what they did is they converted the percentage rate to a decimal, that is 8.5% is equal to 0.085. So using the simple interest formula, that is principal into rate of interest into time, then calculating the interest, 15,000 into 0.085 into 2 is equal to 2550. So Sonali paid total interest of 2550. Okay. So let's see problem number 5. That is Ansuman deposited what, 10,000 in a savings account. Okay. So with a simple interest rate of 4% per annum, he left the money for 7 years. So how much interest he'll earn in total after 7 years? So SI is equal to, the simple formula PRT by 100. So this implies that P is equal to what? 10,000. R is equal to what? 4%. Into T is equal to what? 7 whole by 100, right? Because these are in what? Percentage. And this is in years. Okay. So cancelling 2 zeros out from here. So what we are left with is 1000 into 4 into 7. So 7 into 4 is equal to what? 28,000. Okay. So he left money for 7 years. So the amount of money that he will be having after, okay, it will be this much. Okay. Cancelling 2 zeros out from here, right? So it will be 100 into 28. That is equal to 2800. Okay. So 2800 will be the correct answer. So let's see problem number 5, step-by-step solution. So step 1 says convert the annual rate of to decimal. Okay, annual rate from percentage to decimal. So 4% is equal to 0.04. So using the simple interest formula, simple interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time by 100 in percentage form. But in PRT form, but SI is equal to PRT when PR is in decimal form. Okay, so SI is equal to what? 10,000 into 0.04 into 7, that is equal to 2800. So Ansuman earned a total interest of 2800. Okay, we can also arrive at this solution via this method also. So any one of these method can be used to calculate the simple interest. So let's see problem number 6. The simple interest on an investment is 750 rupees at an interest rate of 5% per year for 3 years. Then what is the total investment amount? So SI is equal to PRT by 100, right? So this is equal to P is equal to, we don't know, right? So P remains the same and R is 5 and T is 3. 1 by 100 is equal to 750. So this implies that P is equal to 750 into 100 whole by 5 into 3. Okay, so this is what? 1500, right? 150. So 150 and this dividing it by 50 is equal to 5,000. So 5,000 will be the principal amount. Principal into rate into time by 100 is equal to SI. So let's solving it. What we are left with is 5,000, right? Because principal is equal to 750 into 100 by 5 into 3. Okay, by dividing it by 5, we are left with 20 and it by 250. So it is nothing but 5,000 rupees. So initial investment amount is actually 5,000 rupees. So let's see problem number 7. So the simple interest earned on an amount of 1200 at an interest rate of 6% per year for a certain time period. If the time period is 4 years, then what was the initial amount invested? Okay. So simple interest earned on an amount is 1200. So SI is equal to given to us. SI is equal to 1200. So given interest rate is 6%. So R is equal to 6 percentage. Okay. So for a certain time period, if the time period is 4 years, okay, if time period T is equal to 4 years, okay, then what was the initial amount invested? So SI is equal to PRT by 100 when R is given in percentage, right? So this implies that P is equal to what? 100 into SI by R into T. So this is equal to what? 100 into 1200 whole by R is equal to 4, so 6%, so 6 into 4. So 6 will be what? 200. So 4 will be 50. So this is equal to 5,000 is the answer. Okay. So using the formula, SI is equal to PRT by 100, right? So SI is equal to 1200, 6%, 4%. So principal into 6 into 4 by 6 into 4. Okay. So there is a slight mistake out here. So it will be what? 100. Okay. So 1200 into 100 whole by 6 into 4 is equal to 5,000. So the initial investment amount was 5,000 rupees. So let's see problem number 8. A person borrows a certain sum of money and agrees to repay it in 2 annual installments with simple interest. The annual installment is 600 rupees. So the interest rate is 10% per year. So find the sum borrowed. Okay. So here what you need to understand is there are 2 annual installments involved, and the 2 can be both different from one from another. Okay. So let the after first year money returned is equal to MR1 is equal to what? 600, right? So P is equal to what? P is equal to MR1 plus MR2. MR2 is equal to what? It was the money returned after the second year. Okay, the second installment. Okay, so the let MR1 be the principal amount that was returned. Okay, principal amount returned. Okay, principal amount returned. Okay, is equal to 600. So it will be 600 minus what 0.1 p, because the annual interest rate is what 10%, right? So MR2. So how much will be MR2? So MR2 is equal to what? P minus MR1. P minus MR1. So this much into 0.1, right? So this much. So it will be something like this. That is MR1 minus 0.1 into MR. Okay. 0 point of MR. That is 0.1. So let's go forward with the step-by-step solution to find the solution. So for the first year, let the principal component of the first installment be R1. That is equal to 600 minus 0.10p, right? So interest will be what? I1 is equal to 600 minus R1. So is equal to what? 0.10p. That is what we have assumed here. Okay. So after the first year's payment, remaining amount is equal to P1 is equal to what? P1 is equal to P minus R1, right? So P minus 100, 600 minus 0.10p. So it will be 1.10p minus 600. So I2 will be what? 10% of the remaining amount. That is this much amount. So principal component of the second installment is 600 minus I2. So the total amount repaid in the principal over 2 years will be what? P, right? So P is equal to R1 plus R2. So 600 minus 0.10p. So 600 minus 0.10 whole into 1.10p minus 600. That is the second installment that is being principal. That is the second principal component of the second repayment. Okay, so this will be this much amount, right? So expanding it further, what we are left with is P is equal to 1200 minus 0.10p. So minus 0.11p plus 60. So 1260 minus 0.21p. So combining like terms, 1.21p is equal to 2160. This implies that P is equal to 1041.3. So let's see problem number 9. So a sum of money becomes 15,600 after earning 2,400 in simple interest over 5 years. Then what was the initial principal amount? So if the total amount is 15,600, then the principal plus SI is equal to 15,600. 15,600 is equal to principal plus 2,400. So solving for principal, what we are left with is 15,600 minus 2,400 is equal to what? 13,200, right? So the initial principal amount was this much. So let's see problem number 10. So a person actually receives 800 rupees as simple interest from a bank for 4-year investment at an annual interest rate of 5%. What was the initial principal amount? SI is equal to PRT by 100, right? So this implies that 800 is equal to PRT. Okay, so it will be 5 into P into 4 by 100. T is equal to 800 into 100 by 5 into this is 25 and this is 16. Okay, so this will be 1600 or 160, I'd say. Yeah. So this is equal to 160 into 25 is equal to 3200 plus 15, so 1800, right? Not 1800. So it will be SI into 100 by rate of interest into time. So it will be equal to what? This much amount, that is equal to 4000 rupees. Okay, this will be equal to 4000 rupees. Okay, so let's see problem number 11. So the simple interest on a sum of money is 1500 at an interest rate of 5% per year. If the principal amount is 1200, how many years did the money remain invested? So let us use the formula for simple interest. SI is equal to PRT by 100. So given SI is equal to 1500, R is equal to 5%, P is equal to 1200. Then T is the time period. So rearrange the formula to solve for T, right? So T is equal to what? SI into 100 by PR. So substituting this value, what we are left with is 25 years. So if a simple interest on a sum of money is 1500 at an interest rate of 5% per year, the principal amount is 1200 per, okay, 1200. Then how many years did the money remain invested? So it remained invested for 25 years. Okay. So let's see problem number 12. So a sum of money earns a simple interest of 5400 at an interest rate of 6%. Okay, so interest rate is given as 6% here. So if the money was invested for T years, the principal amount is this much. So SI is equal to PRT, PA is equal to 5400. No, let's assume for this part. Okay, so it is 5400 into 6 into T 1 by 100. So this implies that let's convert the zeros to, okay, so it will be SI is equal to 54 into 6. Okay, this is equal to whatever it is. So then what we do is we want to calculate the money was invested for T years, right? 4500 the time period is, so SI into 100 by PR is equal to 54,000, 5,400 into 100 whole by 4500 into 6 equal to 20 years. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Let's see problem number 13. Okay, so a sum of money is actually invested at a simple interest rate of 8% per year and earns an interest of 1920 in 5 years. Then find the principal amount. Okay, so using the formula SI is equal to PRT by 100. So 1920 into 8 into 5 is equal to what? Is equal to SI. So since SI is given to us, this implies that P is equal to SI into 100 by RT, right? So SI into 100 by RT is equal to 1920 into 100 by 8.5. So this is equal to 192,000 by 40 is equal to 4800. So the principal amount is 4800. So let's see problem number 14, right? A person invested 6,000 in a savings account with a simple interest rate of 7.5%. So if the total interest earned was 1350, how many years was the money invested in the economy? So use the simple interest formula to find the time. So SI into 100 whole by principal into rate is equal to time. So T is equal to SI into 100 by RP. So it is 1350 into 100 whole by 6000 into 7.5 is equal to what? 1350 by 450 is equal to nothing but 3 years. So 3 years is the correct answer. Let's see problem number 15. So Tripti deposited 4500 in a bank account with a simple interest rate of 6% per annum. So she earned 1350 in interest. So how many years did she leave the money in the account? So using the simple interest formula for this, time is equal to SI into 100 by principal into rate of interest is equal to what? 1350 into 100 whole by 4500 into 6%. So it will be 1350 by 270 is equal to 5 years. So let's see problem number 16. A simple interest on a principal amount of this much, that is 2000 here, for 3 years is 360. What is the rate of interest? So SI is equal to PRT 100 is equal to this, simple like that. So R is equal to 100 into SI by PT is equal to 100 into 2000 whole by PT is equal to P was given as 2000. Okay, no, this was given as 2000. Okay, then simple interest was 360 and the principal amount was 2000. So into 30 is equal to 3. So this implies that R is equal to SI is equal to PT by 100, P is equal to 2000, T is equal to 3, SI is equal to 360. So solving for R is equal to SI into 100 whole by PT is equal to 360 into 100 whole by 2000 into 3, that is equal to 6%. So interest rate is 6% only. Okay. So that's all for now. Thank you.